wallowing in their own laziness with masks on their faces, eating bugs, and they want to talk about politics. LOL. Leftists are illiterate burdens on society who have no view more complex than white man bad. They're lucky they get their welfare.
Well, I recorded that because I think that's a great intro. Where did you find that?
Pat has been going off lately.
Pat Halley is not afraid to get canceled or to get jumped.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah. How
Great
loud
to
is
be
the baby
back.
crying in the background?
Yeah, when you when we can hear her a little bit, but it's cute.
She's having a rough day. But yeah, so we wanted to fight about, since we're one of the only podcasts with two guys who disagree. We disagree on everything.
No, we don't.
Literally every last thing. See, I disagree with you on that. And we're going to talk about Elon Musk.
What a
I
guy.
think Elon Musk is being put into a position of coming off as the hero, like how Donald Trump was, right? He was the hero when it turns out he just had a ton of investment money in the vaccines that he's been pushing so hard still.
When it turns out he's a zero.
He went from hero to zero real quick in my book. He's still funny. I still think he's funny. He's one of the better actors. But the Elon thing, so you're digging on Elon, you're crushing on him, which I've been down that road. I go back and forth.
Yeah.
Explain your crush on Elon.
I relate to him because when I was 12, I also made some computer programs. I did one in my father's apartment complex where I made a database program in QBasic, where I compiled all of the license plates and followed on a skateboard, people going into their apartments, recording everything I could about them. I didn't know what I was doing, but what I was doing was making a database. And what you could search using the numbers on a license plate and the letters. And if the right one popped up, it would be somebody I had followed and inputted all these details about them, what apartment they lived in, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, what kind of car they drive, the model, everything I could about them.
So much like Elon, you've always been spying on people and trying to get as much of their information as you can onto the internet.
Yes.
Well, yeah. So everyone's saying, Elon, he's fighting for free speech, all this. I'm worried he's just doing this for a spectacle and make himself. Maybe he's bored too, but make him look cool, like he's the cool, relatable billionaire.
No, not with the. I would agree with you if it was a $20 billion. If it was. He gave them a premium on their stock price. This wasn't. I don't think this was what you think it was.
But do you think that he
genuinely was trying to buy Twitter?
You think he was surprised by their reaction?
Was he surprised by their reaction?
No. Do you think it's interesting
No,
the two largest shareholders in Twitter are also the two largest shareholders in Tesla?
You're talking like they're one shareholder.
Well, the corporations, BlackRock
and Vanguard. Yeah, they're investment companies. They have a lot of wealth, and they put it toward some very successful companies.
So you think Elon is good to go? There's nothing to see here. I'm letting you say your piece before I show you this Greg Reese report that's going to mess your whole world up.
You can Greg Reese me, but I mean, there certainly is. Okay, we disagree on climate change. All right, let's be honest.
We do?
Elon and I, we don't agree that I disagree with him that climate change needs to be front and center. I just don't think that's the case.
Well,
I'm sure he's more studied than me on it.
He's going to benefit from the carbon tax. You know what I mean?
Right.
To me, it's too easy to see all these ways in which he's corrupted. Let's see what Greg Reese has to say about it.
Sure.
Stop anytime you'd like, and we can chat about what he's saying.
Sure.
How do I make it bigger?
Pop culture has touted Elon Musk as some sort of eccentric heavyweight genius with humble beginnings. But this is demonstrably false. Elon Musk was born in South Africa, where he claims he grew up extremely poor. but his family owned an emerald mine. As a teenager, Elon would trade emeralds for cash
Stop.
in New York City, and his father.
When did he claim he was extremely poor? Can we look that up?
Sure. It's going to be hard to find. I mean, how would you even word that?
I just want to see the source. I don't remember him ever saying he was extremely poor. I do know that he talks about saving money in college, and he would buy fruits and vegetables in bulk. And he tried to live. It was a challenge for him to live off $1 a day. He was a Canadian citizen, went to UPenn, dropped out of
Like he did
Stanford.
that. He did that for fun, I suppose.
Yeah,
Because it sounds like his parents owned an emerald mine.
I think he did it for fun.
All right, let's let him continue. We can look back into each thing that you
I
like.
mean, I don't.
We had
So
so much money we couldn't even close our safe. Musk claims to have had about $100,000 of student loan debt, but he received a full scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania, where he bought a 10-bedroom frat house with his friend Adeo Resi and ran an illegal nightclub. The pop culture
stop.
that Elon has.
I think you ran an illegal nightclub in Lynchburg. I mean, the way he's framing this to make Musk look bad. Musk is a person of the people.
He's simply showing you that he hasn't been forthright in
How?
his. I mean,
He's the
he
man.
tried.
How is that not a person of the people? Like a nightclub that's not registered? No, he had a frat party house.
A
We
person of
probably
the
invited
people
people
had a
from
full
all over the
A person
campus.
of the people had parents who owned an emerald mine and got a full scholarship to UPenn and owned a 10-bedroom frat house.
Yeah, but he did. It sounds like he didn't utilize that as just a money making
But
opportunity. He
didn't
also
they
included the
also just catch him
community
in
in
a
a
lie
nightclub.
saying, what about him saying he had student debt when it said there that he had a full scholarship?
We need sources for that.
Well, he's showing the sources on the screen here. We can look into them if you want after, but it gets so much worse than that.
Okay, so far he's a good guy to me.
Sure. It's not about him being a bad guy.
Of 155, but this has never been tested. And after being accepted into Stanford for PhD studies, he dropped out after 2 days.
Well, stop, pause.
Elon
He dropped out after 2 days because he launched Zip2 and he entered, it was in 1999, 1998, 1999, and that was the height of the internet. And he was at Stanford University. The timing is just perfect for him. And he drops out because he goes, wait a minute, just like Zuckerberg. He goes, there's way more opportunity than me sitting in this classroom right now. I'm going to go out there and get my hands dirty in the world. What's the
I got
big
no
deal?
problems with him making money. I think that's fantastic.
And what's wrong with him dropping out after 2 days? He dropped out because he had a much better venture.
I don't
going
think
on.
anything's wrong with it at all.
Okay, cool.
his first business venture with his brother Kimball, Zip2, which was essentially a digital version of the Yellow Pages. The brothers received tens of thousands of dollars from their parents, and yet Elon denies this. An associate of Elon's father, Greg Curry, got involved to bring in investors. But Elon's code was no good, so they had to hire on professional coders to rewrite everything.
Okay.
Zip2 was then sold for $307 million to Compaq, who later shut it down without ever earning a profit. Elon made $22 million, bought a $1 million McLaren F1 supercar, which made mainstream news.
Pause.
He totaled the uninsured vehicle.
Please.
Musk then went up.
He made money. So
Yeah, of course.
however bad his code was, he made those millions of dollars off of it, whether they
For
used
sure.
it or not.
He's kind of
That's not
trying to
against
paint,
Elon.
he's
It's
kind
not
of
a-
trying to paint the picture that he's not this like super genius that everyone claims he is.
To me, I'm reading the opposite. But I
Okay.
see what he's trying to do. But I'm like, anybody who sells a non-working computer program, for 13 million, like that, okay, that's genius. But okay.
You're a true capitalist. Look at this guy. His name's Harris Fricker. Anyway, here we go.
X.com. He partnered with banking
Hey,
expert
pal.
Harris Fricker, Edward Ho, and Christopher Payne. All three ended up leaving the company after accusing Elon of lying to the media about the quality of their product. Elon claims he founded PayPal. Before the company was named PayPal, it was known as Confinity. It was founded in 1998 by Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. After losing millions of dollars, Elon's X.com was bought by Confinity in a merger in 2000. All
Must not have been too bad.
At Confinity.
Huh?
Must not have been too bad if it was acquired.
Was his own power struggle. He made himself CEO and pushed to change the name to X.com. The executive team successfully petitioned to fire Musk while he was away on vacation. Part of Musk's resignation agreement stipulated that all references to founders of the company will be removed from their website, allowing Elon to claim credit, which so far is all he has ever achieved. Peter Thiel then rebranded the company as PayPal, went public, and sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon made $180 million from the deal, which he then invested into Tesla, SpaceX, and failed company SolarCity. Elon falsely claims to be the founder of Tesla. Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard, who developed the Tesla Roadster.
I think he bought it, right?
When Tesla Motors began looking for venture capital, they approached Elon Musk, who had the fake credibility as PayPal's co-founder. Musk joined with the condition that he be named chairman of the board. In emails, Musk was upset that the media was not giving him credit for Tesla Motors and went after Martin Eberhard, replacing him as CEO. He then forced Eberhard out of the company and rewrote the company's history to have himself listed as an original co-founder. Martin Eberhard, the man behind the Tesla Roadster, was promised the first Roadster off the assembly line. But Musk screwed him over on that as well and sent that car into space.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
So who is Elon Musk? Elon describes his father as being an evil, abusive man. His father, Errol Musk, has been accused of being a pedophile and fathered a child with his stepdaughter, who is 42 years younger than him.
Oh, damn.
It's not Elon.
Narcissistic failure.
Yeah, Elon's father.
Yeah, I just want to be clear.
Yeah, Elon's father had a baby with his stepdaughter 42 years younger.
Yeah, not Elon. Elon said he was evil.
Yeah, and so far Elon is still looking like everything he ever claimed to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely, sure. Even his hair's fake.
Son of accused pedophile
Who
wants to
cares?
put computer chips in everyone's brain so that we can merge with artificial.
So how about that? You think it's a good idea to merge with the AI?
Yeah, this is unique. I'd have to look back at it, but I think I've seen some clips of the Neuralink in action with chimpanzees. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. So he's getting into the biotech world. There's nothing wrong with that.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
His girlfriend is now bragging how this could all lead to a communist utopia.
Any problem with that?
Let me see what Grimes said on my internet. I don't remember her saying this.
Grimes argues embracing AI could lead to communist utopia. Look, you got to admit here, Greg Reese has done his homework. This guy does amazing reports. And it's controversial because the only thing bad anyone ever says about Elon is, to me, it's all this same thing. It's all this CNN type, this guy is a threat to free speech. It's like so stupid that's why I think the whole thing must be some kind of theater, because it's so dumb. It's so in your face. Like, Elon wants to buy Twitter so everyone can speak their mind again. Meanwhile, Elon was 6 months behind on anything accurate and profound about COVID. And looking at his past, I mean, it seems like he's always a little bit behind the thing.
But not versus the common man. I remember he was speaking against the PCR tests.
Yeah, but that was so far into it. It was like everyone I knew already knew all that shit.
To info warriors, but not to regular people. Like, people
Not
really
even just
trusted that shit. People
InfoWarriors, just
still people still trust the PCR test. He was
Yeah,
like, there's
sure.
something going on
Like
here.
I said, it's only like the dumbest of the dumb think that he's offensive. He's not offensive. He's still very safe to the whole status quo, and he's going to end up making it, in my opinion, he's going to make it look cool to put the damn chip in your head. He's still pushing the vaccine. He's like, yeah, sure, like the numbers were inflated and like the hospitals made shitloads of money from the federal government's program to manipulate COVID testing for profit. And, it's like, it would be cool to say that if we all hadn't already known that. and not just people who listen to Infowars, people that did their own research, people that anywhere you did your own research, you came to that conclusion. Even people that worked at the hospitals all knew that. So for him to come out 6 months later and say it, and then Joe Rogan to pretend like he's surprised, like what? Wait, explain that. Joe already knew all that shit too. I
He's
think
so
Joe.
smart to have come to the conclusion, like to like come up with these agreements, like, yeah, like I'm gonna leave the company, but I want you to like I want you to delete the history of the company. If that's true, that's also very genius.
Oh, it's all very smart. There's no
And
doubt
he's
he's a
great with
smart
the
guy.
bankers. He's like, yeah, I founded PayPal, and even though the video discredits him for that, like people bought it enough that fake it until you make it.
No doubt he's a smart guy, but it's starting to look a little fishy to me. Let's let him finish.
Now, real quick before you finish, the Neuralink does amazing things with amputees and
Sure.
folks. Okay, that's all.
But don't you see the double-edged sword of all this shit? Like, of course they're gonna make it
Sure,
look
a
good.
lot of life is double-edged swords.
And
Yes.
this is a really big deal. It's like, yeah, we can fix people who have had strokes that have left them paralyzed, but at the same time, by the time they get this shit in everyone's head, it becomes an episode of Black Mirror. Like then you literally you have a Snopes fact checker going off in your own head when this whole thing plays out all the way through. Like you won't even be able to
Yeah,
have it.
that's scary. I don't know that. I think that the company is for amputees of war and things of that nature, where they can think about an object and manipulate a mechanical hand to
If you think
grab
that's as
it.
far as this thing's gonna go, I don't know, Mitch.
Well, that's where it is now. It's definitely not in everybody's head, and we're not getting Snopes fed to us.
No, but it's his job to make this look cool and non-threatening. So eventually everyone will want it in their head. He wants to merge.
Not
He
you or
wants us
me.
to merge. He wants us to merge with AI. Let's hear the rest.
Nazi and head of NASA, Wernher von Braun, predicted a man named Elon would conquer Mars in a 1952 novel that he wrote, which is odd because NASA has partnered with Elon's SpaceX to work towards colonizing Mars. Elon Musk, like everything else in today's
Private companies always do it better.
is a fraud, a fake genius, just like fake philanthropist Bill Gates and his fake vaccines. Brought to you by the fake news. Here's a pro tip for dealing with the mainstream media and all of pop culture. Assume it's a lie and research everything. For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reese.
I mean that's.
By the way, I looked
pretty-
up how far that car is from planet Earth earlier today before we got on because I knew what we were going to be discussing. Do you want to
You
know
did
where
some
it is?
Well, I don't believe it's there, but sure. You know it's real because it looks so fake.
I agree with that wholly. I agree with you mostly. But on this, when it comes to space and when it comes to Musk, I have to disagree. I know he's not perfect, but the
It's the
car
same
does
thing you say about
exist.
Trump, and you're wrong about Trump too.
Trump is not perfect, but he
Neither of
did
them
a
are perfect.
lot
That's for
better.
sure.
But he did a lot better than this President Joseph Biden. Give me a
Sure, but
fucking break.
you know why he did better? Because he was allowed to do better.
And who did you prefer? George Bush the second? Was that your favorite one?
Honestly, I think they're all completely full of shit, and they all do their part to complete this
They
new
are
order.
all full of shit, but which one was the best? Who was the
And what?
funniest?
And what? Well, Trump was the funniest,
By far. And who had the most common sense? Trump.
like on
And his
stage during
policies,
talking.
he got out of the Paris Accord, which is something that Elon disagreed with, and actually left Trump's administration. He invited Elon to be a part of it, but when he ditched the Paris Accord, I think you'd end up having more in common with Trump than you realize.
Oh, no doubt. And as far as the golfing, I think we could probably hang out and have a good time. Same with
He hit a
Elon.
hole in one.
Yeah,
What's your
exactly.
yeah?
It's not that. I just think big picture, these people are not the saviors that they're being portrayed to be.
No,
Like the
they're
reason
not Christ. No,
No, but
when,
they're not even gonna help us at all.
well,
I think everything Trump did that was good has been completely erased and doubled down in the opposite direction.
well,
Trump was
that's
a
called
pacifier.
democracy. That's the balance of the state. That's them saying, okay, let's bring in this guy. There's only so much power they have. They're limited.
They
And
let
that's the
his
whole
ass
purpose.
in because they knew they were gonna use him as an excuse to double down in the opposite direction the moment they got him out.
That's interesting.
I mean, it just seems so true. Like everything he did is undone already. We're so much worse off. But they have this way of playing both sides where they keep each side just entertained enough and just pacified enough to be like, okay, well, our guy's getting in there next. It's going to be okay. It just keeps
Right.
getting worse progressively. Like, obviously, Trump's ideas, if they were his ideas or whoever's ideas, the things that he said he was going to do were great things. And it seemed to be working well. None of those things are happening at all anymore.
Well, no, we have a new administration, and I think that Biden began vetoing all the progress he made. And that's the nature of politics.
Well, now they're going to bring us back here in the next election, like whether it's Trump or DeSantis, and be like, "Hey, the new savior's coming in for the common sense thinkers, and this guy's going to reverse everything Biden did." Meanwhile, we're just going to keep gas will keep getting higher, food will keep getting more expensive, the housing bubble will keep on blowing up.
Well, you can thank BlackRock for the housing bubble.
It's really something. Well, I'm glad you did your research on Elon. Like I've watched him on Rogan a bunch. I think he's like a funny, interesting guy. But I also think he's probably part of the New World Order agenda to make us all merge with AI and be complete slaves.
Seems far-fetched.
You say that until you're like, Ben, I'm going to get the Neuralink chip. It's really not that big of a deal. But you can turn off the Snopes fact checking if you want. You'll be like, do you know how easy it is to walk into a Walmart, grab whatever you need, and just walk out, and the chip in your hand automatically takes it from your bank account? And if you're cooperative, and if you haven't made any bad social
Did
media
you steal
posts,
from Walmart today?
I honestly wanted to so bad.
What were you thinking about? What were you thinking about taking?
One of these things one of these lights here I got on myself because the price came up so much more than I thought. I was like, what? What have I done wrong?
And you're like, let me just walk out with this bitch. You see all the black people doing it?
They're all doing it, and I'm like, why can't I do it? And
You
maybe
saw
would.
you saw the
Maybe.
black people doing it, didn't you? There's a bunch of videos up online with black people just taking whatever they want, and they just full people are videoing them. They're not even moving quickly. They just like walk out like it's another coconut.
Oh yeah, that hasn't
It's
hit here yet.
incredible.
That's
What
still
they're
more
doing.
of a California, New York thing.
It makes you think like, why am I the guy? I'm the dumbass here that's
That's
paying
how I
for
felt.
this.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I'm the dumbass paying $20 for a 50-cent piece of Chinese plastic.
I have a fun fact. I've been to the first Walmart in the country, in the world, ever.
Where's that?
Arkansas.
What in the hell were you doing out there?
I was researching Hillary Clinton.
Oh, you were in Little Rock.
Yeah. And there's a Walmart there. It's the first ever. And would you know that it's the most intimate? It's so the opposite of what these stores that we see today are. It's a museum now, but it was a pharmacy and like a small lunch meat, like a Walgreens with a personalized Walgreens, like what you see in the 50s where like you can get a milkshake.
How was the lighting though?
Gorgeous. I mean, now it's a museum, so I don't know how much they changed it. But
What do
like
you think about the Walmart lighting right now in the regular Walmarts? This fluorescent overhead, like really intense, apocalyptic
it's
light.
so intense. It reminds me of some of the the lighting in some of the public institutions.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's the cheapest they can get, and it's like halogen.
And it's upsetting, right? It changes your whole mood.
Yeah. And
You
they
walk in
know
there,
exactly what they're doing. They know that blue creates it's kind of like this blue. And they know that's creating like a soothing atmosphere for you to steal stuff.
Well, I always feel this panic in there to get out as soon as possible, and I think that panic makes you buy things you don't need and you just grab
Interesting. So
shit.
you think you're you're neurolinked in their system. Once you get in there, they're using all that psychology like a casino might.
Yeah.
And it makes you crazy and you forget about money.
There's a reason why they had the lights set up the way they do. It's very off-putting.
For sure,
they're making money off it. We'd have to look into that. That actually
everything they do is carefully crafted. There's no doubt about it.
And they're making their money, even with, as you say, all the black people just stealing everything. They're still making a profit.
I wish I could say that it was white people. Every video that had surfaced online that I've seen have been black people just walking out with whole turkeys, ribs, a big giant thing of ribs from the longest pig you've ever seen. And they take these and they load it in their trunks. They're not even like hurried. They're just like, yeah. And people are videoing them like, look at them, they're stealing. And they could care less.
Well, white people eat ribs too.
But the videos online, I haven't seen a lot of white people stealing them.
It's so true. It's so true. I just want to be the CNN guy for a minute, coming after you.
Don Lemon.
Yeah, I'm the Don Lemon, like you were the Don Lemon during the Elon bit.
Oh, now you've switched to defend the
Yeah.
popular side.
Now I'm like, white
Elon,
people
there's
eat
not
limbs.
Elon. Let me pull up a little thing for everybody at home.
Is this some pro Elon propaganda?
No, let's just look at some facts.
You going to Snopes? Snopes says Elon is actually really smart and really nice.
Look, this is a cute headline. 35 electrifying facts about Elon Musk, or
Okay,
35 electrifying motherfucking facts about Elon Musk. Musk
nice.
is known for his Tesla electric sports cars, but there's much more to know about this electrifying man. He's got those electric eyes, doesn't he?
I guess.
African American. Elon Musk was born in South Africa in 1971. Dave, you weren't even a thought in the imagination of your mother in 1971.
So wait a minute. That's an electrifying fact.
Yeah,
We're in
because
store for some.
he looks like he's a Canadian. So the fact that he's born in Africa,
Well, the South Africans are often white.
yeah, yeah, it's electrifying to me because he really dug in the United States, right?
That's electrifying that he was born in South Africa. You ever heard him talk or try to talk, I should say?
he does have a language situation. He became famous which he shouldn't, because in South Africa they speak English. He became famous for starting Tesla Motors and SpaceX, but he first made his fortune as a co-founder of PayPal. And
Which we
that's
now
where
found he wasn't a co-founder of.
we don't know that for a fact. It's probably
Dude, if that dude Greg Reese said it, you can dig in as deep as you want. You're just gonna find out he was right. That dude does his homework.
let me take a look at what they say about Gregory's.
At what who? Snopes says about him?
Let me see. I mean, you're saying that he's the
Oh, you're gonna Wikipedia him. This is insane.
here
You
he
are
is on
Don
LinkedIn.
Lemon.
Content producer. He's in Naples, Florida. School of Infantry. Okay, so he was a rifleman in the USMC. What did he have? A dishonorable discharge? He was there for 3 years. That's not a service. It's a 4-year service. So he must have left with a maybe he's Cleveland State University, ACC. Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
Oh my
What's
god.
his
He's literally one of the best. He's one of the only real journalists we have left. But yeah, carry on. Go back to your Snopes article about how great Elon is.
Okay. Musk provided a large amount of inspiration for the Hollywood character Tony Stark. Okay, so in fact, parts of Iron Man 2 were actually filmed inside and outside of SpaceX. Musk even had a cameo in the film.
So your
So
propaganda now says he's as cool as Iron Man. And you see no red flags here.
Mu- that was funny, regardless if I agree with it or not. Like Steve Jobs and other famous entrepreneurs, Musk's official annual salary for Tesla Motors is just $1. He's a man of the people. He
Absolutely.
he puts himself in films that the people enjoy. He takes a small salary, just like Trump did. At age 12, Musk taught himself computer programming and created a video called Blastar, which he sold for $500. That's bad as shit.
That's the coolest and only cool thing I've heard about him so far.
Elon Musk didn't become an American citizen in 2002 at age 31. That's wild. When Elon Musk was 17, he moved from South Africa to Canada. Eventually, he attended college in the U.S. Not at where did Greg Reese go to college again?
State of Cleveland. Cleveland State.
Cleveland State and Austin ACC.
So you're saying Elon's smarter because the school he went to?
Yeah. He went to the University of Pennsylvania. After graduating, Musk moved to California in order to begin graduate school in physics at Stanford University. He left Stanford just 2 days, deciding instead to take advantage of the internet boom, which was in full swing. We've heard this story when it came to Mark Hoppus, too. of Facebook. After dropping out of grad
Mark
school,
Hoppus is a Blink-182.
after after dropping out of grad school, Musk quickly established his first company, Zip2, okay, which provided online newspapers with maps and business directories. He sold the company for $307 million.
It's so funny here after seeing the Greg Reese, all these co-founding, when you find out he didn't actually co-found them.
Well, that's always debatable, right? Like you could be
Is
like,
it
"Nah,
though?
he was there since day one," or you could be like, "No,
No, he
he's the guy
wasn't
who
there since day
funded it."
one. He
Or you
was
could
there
say,
since day one when they changed the name.
to me, that might be a founding. What I'm saying
No
is that
way. They
it's a
changed the damn
cluttered,
name. You
it's a
already know
cluttered
as well as I
history.
do. CNN's going to come in here and buy the Radicalized podcast, change the name, and they're going to say Don Lemon is a founder. You're going to be okay with that just because they're going to give you such a fat stack. You'll be
And
okay with saying
a
that the
fat
Radicalized.
stack would be nice.
So the Radicalized podcast was founded by Don Lemon of CNN. We're both going to be replaced by Don Lemon and Brian Stelter.
Don Lemon. In 1999, okay, 1999, I was like, let's see, I was probably like 14, feeling good, cock out. Musk co-founded X.com. You would think it was a porn site. It was an online payment company that eventually became PayPal before being acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion. Okay, so this guy, right, what he's developing is a history of success. Let's continue.
Well, it says here he co-founded Tesla, but that's not true.
Musk co-founded Tesla Motors. Let's look that up. What do you mean that's not true?
We just heard it wasn't true. It was founded by two other guys. He came in after the fact and bought it up.
These four guys.
Well, anyone but him, really, it looks like.
The corporate history of Tesla. The beginning. Tesla was founded as Tesla Motors on July 1st, 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tappening. Okay,
Oh, look, they admit it. He wasn't a co-founder.
that's interesting.
It's
I mean,
just so
who
ridiculous.
cares?
That's
He's the
what
one
Greg
who made
Reese
him
already told you, but you
successful.
didn't listen to him. Greg Reese already told you that. Everything this guy says is going to be well researched and true. He's not going to put it out there if it's not well researched. You're not a founder. Founder means you were there at the beginning. You're not a founder if you're not there at the beginning. So his entire thing
Does
of
he
like,
claim to be a founder?
yes, they just claimed
Where?
on that other website that was talking about how he's as cool as Tony Stark, Iron Man. He doesn't even
The
have to claim it. The entire world.
Oh, look, he pretty much founded it. Look, here's the big,
What did he
here's
come in
the founding.
2012?
Ian Wright was the third employee, joining a few months later. The three went looking for VC and connected with Elon Musk, who contributed 6.5 million. So he believed in this small company, and that's when he got on board and made it successful. Musk took an active role within the company and oversaw Roadster product design at a detailed level,
What year?
but was
Can't
not
quite read that.
deeply. This is 99, I think.
No, I thought it said
2004. 2004.
So he came in 1 year after they started it.
So
Not
it started
hard.
in 2003. He was the fourth employee in the venture capitalist, is what it looks like.
I can see how you can make the argument like, hey, man, it was my passion project. I believed in them. I gave them all my parents' money, and it's all good. I can see that.
No, it wasn't his parents' money. Remember PayPal? Remember X.com?
I
And don't.
do, but remember that he also didn't found those fuckers? The whole thing just trickled from his parents' emerald mine. It did.
Musk
He dropped out
received
of
the.
college, what, day 3 or some shit?
Look, he did a great job. No, he knew that there was more potential for him if he
Well, of
were to
course, when
leave
your
Stanford.
parents have that kind of money behind you, anything's possible. When you've already been written since the 1950s novel that says Elon, a man named Elon, will inhabit Mars, it's already been written by the globalists that they're going to pick your ass.
Oh,
They're
he
going to
puts that
name
seed
your.
out there. The old community college boy puts the seed out there.
They're going to name. I didn't even go to college. They're going to name your ass Elon just because it's your destiny. Meanwhile, your father's banging your stepsister. Okay, this
Was
great.
that his stepsister?
How could it not be? It's his dad's stepdaughter, who's 42 years younger. Okay, and the apple
Elon,
doesn't fall far from the tree.
Elon's Musk stepsister is now also his stepmother, and his father calls it God's plan.
Whoa! How much worse does this get the more you look into it, Dan?
Who's Hashleen Anand? Sorry. What is she
seems
up
like
to?
some kind of Indian royalty. They seem so nice and happy, whoever they are.
That was shot with one of those Sony
We need
A7.
that. We need that image there for this episode because this episode is too heated. So we need something like that. Put one of those up on the screen again
All right.
because that can be like, we want the episode to feel more like that.
You know what it was?
Songs that perfectly describe the feeling of missing someone who's already gone. That's kind of the vibe we want to capture because we don't want to scare people away with you and me having this brutal fight about Saint
Nobody.
Elon.
Look, we have to do this for ratings. Elon Musk's stepsister is now also a stepmother, and his father calls it God. Elon Musk might be in the news regularly for a lot of reasons. Elon's
How did he get all his
estranged
hair back?
father, Errol Musk, recently had a baby with his stepdaughter. Okay, I want to see Jonna.
Why don't they talk about that on CNN ever? His father had a daughter with his stepdaughter. Dude, that is so sick.
Here she is. She's hot.
Not really.
No, she looks like
I
a
saw
man.
her at Walmart today. She was stealing shit.
She looks like a crackhead.
No shit. Well, she was molested by her 80-year-old stepfather. What do
We
you
don't know that he was 80, but Elon denounced his stepfather and called him evil. Ooh, there she is now.
Well, he's a businessman. That was the smart thing to do. They both okay. Look into fucking your boy
I'm
Elon's connection to Epstein.
I'm not crazy about her foot size.
They're bigger than yours. Now, can you look into
Look,
your
he's
boy
handsome.
Elon?
I could see those two getting together.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look into your boy Elon and his connection to Epstein.
Oh, is that Musk?
Oh, who Elon Musk? Or I'm not
Yeah,
seeing.
is that Elon? Sorry.
Yeah, that's Elon in space. That's a real picture. That's an actual photograph.
She looks like a crack whore. Doesn't she?
I can't see what you're looking at. I'm on the
And
wrong
she
screen.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
And Dave, look. Look at this. That looks like a woman that you might see walking the streets of Baltimore.
Elon Musk denies that Jeffrey Epstein toured SpaceX facilities. Okay, Business Insider's covering for you, boy.
Well, covering for me. No, it's the truth.
Who cares if he toured? How many times did Elon go to his apartment? I love how they're like, well, he didn't. Like, yes, Elon regularly vacationed with him, but he never once visited SpaceX.
Musk took an active role. So as soon as he got there, he founded the company. Because look, he made that roadster and he made it really good.
Okay, I'm gonna share a screen. You ready for it?
Yeah, can you do it or do I have to
Let
do
me see
something?
what happens if I try to do it. I'm gonna
Right.
share. We're gonna see what happens. Can you see this? New York
Yes,
Times
I
writer
can.
Jeffrey Epstein told me he advised Tesla. Elon. Okay, so what I've seen so far is that Epstein claimed he advised Tesla, and Elon denied that. But as we know, Elon can be a little bit full of shit. In August 2018, New York Times columnist James B. Stewart met with sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, agreeing that he wouldn't reveal Epstein as the source of any quotes from the conversation. Now that Epstein has died of an apparent suicide, the New York Times has published a detailed account of the 90-minute long meeting. It had a lot to do with Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Interesting.
Yeah, I would have a meeting with him too.
9 days before Stewart met with Epstein, Musk tweeted that he'd secured funding to take Tesla private, prompting the Securities and Exchange Commission to launch an investigation into the matter. Stewart heard a rumor that Epstein was advising Musk in the wake of the infamous tweet, compiling a list of potential replacements as Tesla's chairman. He'd even heard there was an email from Musk authorizing this hunt for candidates, which is why he reached out to schedule the meeting. Deny, deny, deny. In the newly published New York Times piece, Stewart wrote that Epstein provided few details regarding his Tesla work, other than noting that the authorization email was from an unnamed person close to Musk and not Musk himself. Epstein also told the reporter he suspected Tesla and Musk would deny speaking to him. As he predicted, Musk spokesperson Keely Solprizio told Stewart it is incorrect to say that Epstein ever advised Elon
Of
on
course.
anything.
Of course.
The reporter may have been chasing a lead to nowhere back in August 2018. Let's go down a few more of these rabbit holes because I know he has connections to them. Like this picture of him and Ghislaine. Let's hear how Elon explains this picture of him with the head sex trafficker for the global elite. Following the arrest of Epstein, associate Ghislaine Maxwell, a photo of the disgraced British socialite
They were
posing with
both at the
Elon.
Vanity Fair party. They were at the
Uh-huh.
Oscar party, and
So
really, you should look at Vanity Fair's invite list. He didn't invite her. It was nothing like that. She was at the she happened to be at the party, and he's the richest man in the world. She likes to suck those cocks. So
Elon
she.
said he was photobombed, and
Do you want to go
that
back
is
to that one? He looks like he was photobombed there. He wasn't prepared. He didn't put her arm around her. He was. Yeah. What did he say about it? I mean, he doesn't look
all
like
he
he.
said was a brief tweet. She photobombed me. He doesn't know her.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure, I could believe that, but the stories of him, I guess, okay, and this is another thing. His ex-girlfriend said that they used to go to the New York apartment of Epstein. Ex-girlfriends will say crazy shit about you, but we have to look into that. That's our job right now. Elon Musk and Epstein NYC apartment.
Okay.
Let's just see.
You want to stop there for a bathroom break and a drink break?
Sure, and we'll do some searching and we'll come back with the information.
I really want to see this, but let's take a quick. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Let's take a quick break.
Very quick. They won't even notice it. Here goes.
We'll see you on the other side.
That we could it's a little bit interesting. Business Insider, South Africa. Okay, so this
Are we
is
recording? Thank you.
Yeah, we are. So Jeffrey Epstein set Elon Musk's brother up with a girlfriend in an effort to get close to the Tesla founder, which is, he's not
Of
the
course,
founder,
he
but
tried to get close. He's the master blackmailer of
I
like.
love this idea, right? I love that, like, it sounds to me like everyone's running cover for this shit. So his brother was good friends with Epstein, so good that he took Epstein's girlfriend. Him and the girlfriend and Epstein were already together.
Wait,
then
which one? Giselle?
No. It says multimillionaire sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein introduced Kimball Musk, Elon's brother, to a woman in his entourage. The woman had previously dated Epstein and lived in an apartment building where he was known to house models. So I don't know how close these brothers are. Typically, brothers are close. Now, when your dad is raping your stepsister, I don't know how close families remain. But it's just another piece of this thing. It's just, to me, I don't know. It doesn't
No, it
look
was a good piece. I'm glad you brought that up. That's really interesting.
it
Like,
doesn't
what the
look
fuck?
great for Elon, in my opinion. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Hey, what are you gonna do is right.
Now, you said something about he just made a new tweet, and we're going to analyze his new tweet and see if he's in fact corrupt, evil, or if he is the savior of humanity.
We all know the answer to that.
I'm drunk.
Me too. What are you drinking? I'm having wine.
I'm having a shitload of gin.
Nice. You feeling pretty good? It's nice to be home, right? It's nice to get home.
It's good to we like to go to the beach and then come right back home.
You know, that's what we did, but you guys stayed there a bit longer than we did. But my God, being home is so relaxing, so nice.
Well, we decided we're going to take a lesson from Scotty, and we're going to build one of those like things he's built. Those amazing places. I should
Those
show
little
that.
gazebos in the forests.
I'm actually going to show that while you get the tweet pulled up. Yeah, we're going to build some of that. Like we've already talked about. In 1 year, our lease is up for the land here. We're going to move this trailer. We're going to use this trailer as a mother-in-law suite, and we're going to buy like 5 to 10 acres here in Virginia. It's not very expensive, especially once this bubble pops. That'd be free. And we're going to start building these things and build like guest houses and build just like living rooms. Just build these little units. They're not very expensive to make. You wouldn't believe how cheap they actually are to build. And
they're basically like little cabins, right? Little cabins.
Little cabins. It's all just beautiful windows and it's all hardwood.
Wow. This is a lunch
The one I'm
detention.
about to show you, he built it for like $7,000 or something like that.
Here, I'm gonna come off sharing. I want to wait for you because we're on like a little bit of another topic. Let's handle this business before we go back to Elon. We could take a little relaxing break from Elon.
All right, let's quickly do. I'll share a screen. I'll go to our photography company,
Cool.
which I hate to even.
You don't even want to talk about it on here. We're so successful off air.
Exactly. How do I share this particular screen? There we go.
Maybe we can get Elon to back us.
Wouldn't that be something?
He would be the
So-
good guy then.
This is a little glimpse of one of his properties. You can build these things, people, and get off grid cheap. Look at this thing sitting up beside that river on those rocks.
Yeah, that's badass.
It's a little bit laggy, but you get the idea. Look at that place. It's all you need if you're close to the people that you live with, if you love one another, or if you're a solo man or woman.
So he just found a badass
Plot.
Wait, does he own these too over the water? There's other ones?
It's the same one, different angles. He's building 2 more on that property. The next one is like all windows. It's like
Go
20
back
feet.
go back 15 seconds and you'll see across the river identical properties.
Oh no, yeah, he doesn't own that. That's abandoned.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're talking about right here. No, that's abandoned shit. But so he has the same thing going on. 30 miles from here, he bought more land because he just found these crazy deals. Scotty's just kind of a amazing manifester of things.
So what kind of so how much properties does he actually own there?
That one he only owns
just enough for that little piece, huh?
Well, he's building a beach down here, and he's building like a natural water, like shower and tub where the water pools.
That's incredible.
It's like probably 4 acres there, but the other one is like 13 acres.
And how do you get to it? Do you go up some dirt road kind of thing?
Just for a moment. You take like country roads, they're paved, and it's beautiful ride. And all of a sudden you turn off on some kind of like dirty type road, and then there it is. No one's ever going to find these places. He can leave everything there unlocked and shit. No one will ever find it.
For real?
Yeah.
He could leave it unlocked, you think?
Oh, he does. Yeah. Unlocked tools, all kinds of stuff. And he's like, no one messes with this. It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's like what do you mean in the middle of nowhere? Like how far from Baltimore?
That one is 2.5, 3 hours from Baltimore. That one is
closer to you?
No, hell no. That one's 40 minutes from cell service.
There's no cell service right now.
Not there, no.
Shit.
No, there won't be. He wants to keep it like off grid. Like when you go there, you read books by like candlelight and shit.
And he says how much he paid for it?
What is it?
Did he tell you how much he paid for the land?
I forget, but it was under 10 grand. And it's like 4 acres on the side of a river with a cliff and shit.
That's cool. The river cliff is cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's nice water. That's clean water. That's like untouched.
Untouched shit.
It's pretty awesome. And he said, of course, you and I are welcome anytime in these places, and it'd be a hell of a vacation.
We should get up there. Do you want to do it with the families or without the families?
Hard to say. With the families would be nice, and without the families, we'd like trip mushrooms and find God or something.
I think this has to be a without the families adventure. There's so many that we can include them on, but this one in particular, they're gonna want. I know my family at least. These are some highfalutin bitches. They're gonna want iPads. Exactly. They're gonna want all the plug-in communications. Whereas if we went, we would just be there for a good ass time.
It's kind of more of a boy thing, isn't it? Sometimes girls, but we don't care. It's kind of relaxing to know you don't have internet. You don't got it.
It in a way, and that's what we're going to experience on the boat because it is relaxing.
I can't wait. One thing I think about often with our upcoming trip is at nighttime we're going to be so not even bored. We're going to be so present, and the sun's going to set around 8:30, 9, and we're going to be cruising south, watching the stars all night, and we're going to sleep in shifts because we're going to keep moving 24 hours a day. We're going to get to know the stars to a degree we've never known before in our lives.
Yeah,
watching them every night.
We're going to see them for the first time.
Yeah, we're going to really see them.
We're going to see the stars for the first time.
We got 7 days of these long nights looking at the stars. We're going to learn by the end of this thing, we're going to be like, oh, there's Orion's belt that sets that many clicks southwest. We're going to know all this shit.
I can't wait to use like a compass.
Make sure that the compass on the boat is going the right direction and hasn't shifted into some other dimension. I'm so excited about this. We bring this up every episode because I think we're so excited about sailing.
I'm so excited. I dropped a couple hints to my wife this weekend. I was like, we're taking that big trip soon, but I didn't get crazy specific or anything, but I just put it out there. I told my dad too, who's not, of course, a fan of it. He thinks that we're reckless and delusional.
Yeah, the families hate it.
Families hate it because they're afraid that maybe we're going to die.
I know my family, well, at least my immediate family, as far as the girl and the baby and, they're like, "You're gonna do it anyway. I'm not gonna fight about it. You do your thing." They're at that point. My
So
mother
scared, but you know what I feel better with you there, Dave. It's if I was just with Bodie, no way in fucking hell. But with you and me, we both kind of have perfect opposite natures about it. We're like, I'm on the cautious side, you're on the go side. And
endlessly optimistic.
this balance is going to be fucking perfect. Now we do want to get that engine one over because I think you mentioned that we have a finite amount of time. Very important mention, and it sort of was contradictory to everything you said previously because it was just like let's get out there and sail, and we're not going to use the motor. But as I did more research, I learned that about 50% of the time these guys have that motor running, and so let's get
That
that
makes
thing.
sense.
Let's
You
get
know,
it
this isn't
healthy.
1740 or something. We're trying to get there. We're trying to do 1,000 miles in 7 days.
10.
Well, 10, it might take 10, but we know people have done it in 6. People have done it. The guy that might be going with us, Jimmy, he did it in 3 on a motorboat.
Yeah, and those things hydroplane, and he probably did he do the intercoastal?
I think they probably did around the Hatteras deal, but they were at the ocean the whole time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Those boats
3
can go
days.
over those shoals by Hatteras because they're motorboats. But when you have those sailboats, man, with those keels, you don't want to ground that. You don't want to ground that big injector, that big
There's probably
keel.
rocks and shit out there, huh?
I I I think it's sand. I think it's shifting sand and mud. No, it's sand. But you could imagine being
Stuck.
stuck there until the tide got higher. You might have to wait 24 hours
Yeah.
or,
We'll
or,
avoid
or,
that.
or wait for a full moon in the worst case.
I'm so excited. It makes me sick.
Me too. It's just going to be phenomenal. I mean, I can't imagine the feeling of the vast open sea and us on a boat thinking we could just conquer it. Like we could go forever. Like we could go to Europe. Like if we just stayed in this, we're going to tack east and be like, you guys want to change your plans? We'll fly back from Barcelona because it's glass right now, and we only have to do this for 30 days.
We'd lose our families, but it'd be a hell of a lot of fun.
We wouldn't. That's the thing. We'd
They'd
be by
forgive
that
us.
time we'd be famous. Because imagine us shooting a video where we changed our minds in the middle of it because we were so inspired by the glass sea and the reflection of God.
Wow. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
It's Easter.
He has risen. Oh, he is risen. Not he has. He is risen.
He did and he is, they say.
And then do you know what the response after he has risen is supposed to be?
Hmm.
Let me look it up.
Hallelujah.
No, you say he is risen response. And it's what is it? Hallelujah. He is risen indeed.
Indeed. Okay. Well, let's try it again. See how it feels.
He is risen. Happy Easter. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Hallelujah.
It didn't feel bad. I still go back and forth with how literal is the story. I don't know how literal the story is. I don't know. And if I go to hell for that, I'm going to be super pissed.
There's nothing wrong with you saying you don't know. I think a lot of people think that's redeeming. I think it's redeeming. I don't know so much. I don't know if Elon Musk is a good or bad guy. We all know they're all somewhere in between. It's weird that he had relationships with Epstein, his brother at least. But is it that weird? I mean, if I'm at an Oscars after party, I'm probably going to mingle. Just in general, I'm going to mingle, and I'm going to assume these people might be terrible, but they're stars in some capacity. I wouldn't think there was a child. Um, what do they call them? Child molesters.
Pedophiles.
Ghislaine's hot. Let's just put that out there. Ghislaine is hot as fuck.
I don't see it.
She is so hot, it's ridiculous. So I would feel unarmed. I mean, she would come up and I would just say, "How are you? Nice to see you. You're here at the fancy Oscars party in LA after the event. We're all famous and rich. I might just talk to her for a bit. That's all.
Yeah, I don't see her being hot.
Are you kidding? Did you see older pictures of her?
No,
She's hot, dog. She's hot.
really.
Yeah, ridiculous. Look at her. Look at her tits. Do a search of her tits. Here, let me share. Let me share.
Well, when I search Ghislaine Maxwell bikini, all I find is some really odd pornography material. Nothing about Ghislaine Maxwell.
Fuck, it's not sharing my screen. It's
I
sharing a
wonder why
window.
it's doing that. Because there was that famous picture of her in the bikini with was it Steve Jobs' ex-wife, who now runs Reuters?
Yeah. No, not Reuters, but yeah,
The
Lauren
Atlantic.
Powell. Yeah, The Atlantic.
I thought they were a part of Reuters or something.
That makes sense.
What's her name? Steve Jobs' ex-wife?
In that photo, she's a little washed up, but you got to go to Epstein search engine.
They have their own search engine?
Yeah, Google.
Oh, they run Google.
She has a special way about her. Now, I've always liked this picture.
I love your fawning over this monstrous woman.
This is Epstein getting a foot rub on a private jet.
I mean,
Look,
she's not ugly. Okay, I'll give you that.
she's fit, dog. She's fucking fit. What was it with these old planes from the 80s? They had this the carpet seat, like the carpeting.
Yeah,
What
they
watch
thought
is
that was classy back then.
Yeah, but now we know that it just harbors all this bacteria.
Yeah, it's like your carpet.
He's
You know
he's a
what's
good
funny? We're guilty of the same thing that the mainstream media is guilty of. We haven't even acknowledged the Brooklyn subway shooter, right? His memory hold, as they say, it's gone.
Oh, they call that memory holing?
Yeah,
Look at
like the story's gone. I see what you're saying. She's a busty woman.
No, she is a good there's nothing wrong with this lady. Let me just tell you that.
Nothing wrong with her. Nothing wrong with the like the head of the satanic cabal in charge of all underage trafficking operations for the elite. Not a
Oh.
thing wrong with her. She's ugly.
What?
Yeah, you just like her 'cause she's a monster and you like there's some kind of weird. I get it. I get it. But no, again,
She's
we just memory hold him again. The guy shot up and had like gas masks and shit like the other day.
Well, Dave, we can't talk about it. He's black and he
So
hates
that's
white
why it's
people.
gone, right? That's why it's gone from the
Of
media.
course.
Okay.
100%.
All right. Well, if any of our sponsors
Oh,
don't
did
want
you
us to talk
see
about,
her with Lauren Powell?
that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh my
That
god.
made its circles around the Twitter space.
You call it busty, I call it trusty.
It's just a couple close amigos trafficking kids. She's
They're
opening
not
up a check.
at this point
She's like,
she's
look, I
not
just got this
trafficking.
check from Bill Gates. I'm delivering 10-year-olds to Mr. Gates. And then she's over there laughing.
Oh, did Gates was he partaking in that sort of behavior?
He was big time pals with them. That's why his wife Chris Klein left him.
Oh, here's the daughter of Bill Gates.
No, Steve Jobs. I guess she's doing some like kind of bikini
Is it
modeling.
sexy that you can see the rib cage or not really?
It depends. I mean, you can see my ribs at just the right angle, and I'm kind of not obese, but overweight.
Is that Steve Jobs' daughter?
I guess one of many.
How many daughters did he have?
36.
What is she doing here?
She's like, it's like a spider kind of pose. She's gonna catch your ass, man.
How much of this is are we going to keep?
All
Okay.
of it. I don't have the time to edit it. I don't have the energy. So you have any last words on the Elon debate? I'm gonna label this episode as our last podcast because we got in such a huge fight about Elon.
Elon just said something on Twitter. Okay, he just put 39 minutes ago, "Happy Easter," and it's his Doge dog finding Dogecoin eggs.
You know what he did?
What'd he do?
He bought low 3 hours ago, posted that picture, and then sold a minute and a half after he posted it. That's your hero.
What's wrong with that?
He's just dumping on the fucking normies. That's where he bought right there. Did you see that?
Yeah, 20
And then that's where he sold.
at 25.
Yeah, but he bought like $1 billion worth.
He's just dumping on the normies, as you say.
Has to be. The whole time that was his thing. They're like, Elon's our savior, and he's just
the
laughing.
SEC has him under some serious. They have him on how men who hate Donald Trump check on their muffins.
It's not bad.
looks like Danger Dan.
It does look like Danger Dan. But that's a juicy rump on that boy.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Indeed he has. Have you heard that church, that temple fill up with the spirit of the holy?
Music has that effect.
Music has that. God has that effect.
I don't know, because they could be saying like, tinker fairy bells, come one, come all ye, and it would still have the same effect if the melody was good. Tinker fairy bells, come one, come all.
Did you see what Patrick Howley's been saying lately? He's gone off on a racist tirade.
If the George Floyd statues are all that remain from America, future generations will think he ruled over us, and in some ways he did rule over us, as an uncontrollable menace to society, terrorizing others both in life and in death. You know, like, we could call him right now and he'd come on the show like right now. We have to time it out because you and I are still learning. We're nervous to ask these people on, but he'll come on anytime, and so will Harrison Smith, and we have to have both of these guys on.
What is he saying here?
If the globalists want to celebrate Martin Luther King, why do they put his name on every street or institution that people now try to avoid?
Does he speak the truth?
Yes, and he does it in such an offensive way. And he's honestly a nice person, but he's trying to use that really painful truth to shake people into listening.
Alec Baldwin has more confirmed kills than Frank James.
Damn.
Oh, here's one.
I saw that.
Did you see this?
I saw that today at Walmart with my own eyes.
Look at that shit. That's a $400 worth of... And who knows what their situation is. I mean, Lord knows they've had it bad, in life and in our society.
I don't know. Look at the car. The car is worth a lot more than mine.
Look at all this red meat. They're going to eat all that? If they're going to eat all that, they're going to be doing some shitting.
I hope it doesn't go to waste. When I was watching this the first time, I thought, I hope they have like a local church community they can give this meat out to. I hope they're not just going to sell it to their friends.
Oh, that's a good point. Look at her. Look, the woman in the mask doesn't say a thing, of course.
I love they're wearing masks too, right? Like how fucking compliant and weak, but also you have the balls in broad daylight to steal 200 pounds of meat. These fucking people, man. What is it? You're wearing the mask because you're afraid of the germs in the air, but you just on camera stole 200 pounds of meat in the Walmart parking lot. I don't understand, Mitch. Help me understand.
You didn't see this one, did you?
I
And
can't
this one,
read it.
this is hard to read, but it looks like this woman looked up the health.gov.australia, and it says the risks and benefits of opportunistic vaccination during sedation for an
Yep.
unrelated procedure.
Yes.
So this is government paper saying go ahead while you have them under anesthesia. Just go ahead and give them the fucking shot.
Shoot them up. If they're anti-vaxxers, they deserve it anyway. They're a danger to society. These selfish people.
This one was kind of funny to me. You see us at the pool. What are you doing? Okay, some good-looking men here lined up. Tongues out, like also the type that you don't want to hang out with. Killing myself in front of you to forever change your bond and the trajectory of your life.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Danger Dan getting the muffins. Does Danger listen to the podcast?
I hope. I don't think. Maybe. Go to
You know
mine
who-
real quick. I did a couple retweets with you in mind.
Oh, I'm going to you. Oh, listen, if black people invented everything good in history, why did they stop?
Because Elon Musk took all the credit, baby.
Oh, so Elon said some funny shit real quick before we go to yours. Spaceship man bad. And it's Twitter checks. And then he laughed at this. This was just 30 minutes ago.
He likes being known as a spaceship man.
Spaceship man bad. They said this. They said, this is Ihan Omar. Okay. She says, I think my family and I should have a prayer session next time I'm on a plane. How do you think that will end? Honestly, is there a better place to worship God?
I love how Elon Musk's dumb
Go ahead.
something about herself. I love that she said, "What if my people? Oh, what if my people?" We wouldn't give a fuck, girl. Like you said last. Her only point might be this: their music might be old enough that we perceive it as dissonant and not pleasing to the ear, right? This is a GCD song.
Right. Go ahead. You're speaking
melodically, it's very easy to digest, and it doesn't make us feel in any way like the plane might be about to be sacrificed. It's the sound of the music. If you want to sing
into another building that might be sacrificed.
If you want to sing an Allah praise hymn that's based around 3 simple chords from Western music, we say go for it. Can you find like a pop Allah type song? I love your fun.
Oh, this is coming out of. Are you hearing this?
If they sang this shit, we'd be all for it.
If I did something right, don't praise me for it. Don't praise me for it. Cause I did 1,000 things wrong. Did it behind the scenes.
No, we all know what they really listen to. Let's go to Muslim praise song Ramadan.
Now you're going to show the dissonant. But that last song, for example, if they were to grab an acoustic guitar on an airplane,
not if they dress up like the killer of Christ. If they continue dressing up like that,
you don't do. And if someone were to remind you, you consider it a gift. These reminders are in place not in order to make you distressed or in order to take away your good fortune, but rather they are in place in order to.
The people in charge of like Istanbul are always like billionaire, like oil guys. To me, that's sketchy.
Play the music. Where's the Ramadan music you were talking about?
I don't know, but it's got to be dissonant. Ramadan music. Here we go. challenging. Listen to
It sounds like she's moving down.
this. It's good if you're Aladdin and you're making your way through. If you're stealing apples. If you're jumping rooftop to rooftop looking for Jasmine.
You just took us both back to that old Super Nintendo Aladdin video game, I think.
Don't you dare. That's one of my favorites. That was
Me
a good
too.
one.
I actually have a copy of that for PlayStation.
No.
I swear to you, yeah. So we agree the problem with what Elon Omar, our the hero in Congress, what she's saying, it's true. It's because their music's so shitty. Here's a good question. You should type this to Elon Omar right now and see if you get a response from any of our followers.
Okay, give me a second.
Say, how would your people feel if we booked a flight from Saudi Arabia over to the Virgin Islands and we performed this very song on that outgoing Saudi Arabian flight? Would we be beheaded? Would our women be whipped if their ankles were to show?
Wait, slow down. How would you feel if we booked a flight from Saudi?
From Saudi Arabia to, where's the place they would often fly? They love America. They love coming over here. Saudi Arabia to Miami and played this very song. Would our women be whipped? God forbid their ankles became exposed. There you go. You're going to get some left-wing hate for that one because they love everybody, right? Right? They love everybody they're told to love. Until, bless their hearts, until one day real conflict appears when they're just begging for the help of anybody right of far left. Because I got news for you.
You think you're a good shot, eh? I bet you can't splat 10 zeros
Remember
in
this?
30 seconds.
Not this one. I don't remember that one.
Me either. You know what it was? It wasn't PlayStation.
No, it was Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
You're about to
Oh
take us
my
all way
God.
back.
Give me a
Look at
break.
that.
Check
I
this
literally
shit
have
out.
this game right now in the other room.
It's so good. I used to
We
play this
got
with
it
my
for
friend
Gemma.
Doug.
It's too
We
hard
called
for her
him
to
Doug
play.
Funny. Yep, I used to play the shit out of this. It got hard when you were on the magic carpet trying to avoid the lava.
You're
Remember
damn right,
that?
dude.
This was the best graphic game.
Of its time, yeah.
And look, it has that.
But Mitch,
Elon
why
Omar
is this
music
song better
playing.
than the song that you were playing earlier?
Oh, remember how tight that was? See, he
Gotta
did
get the
better
moves.
through that first level than I ever did.
Oh, this is a speed runner.
Yeah, he's a speedrunner boy. This is going to really bring us back into memories.
This is amazing.
Look at that gay little look he did at the end. Talk about grooming.
Nice. Are we gonna watch
yeah.
the whole thing?
I think it's worth it.
Fast forward to the lava carpet ride thing.
This was so good.
It really is.
It was so hard, but so. Oh, this is getting near the lava.
I remember all this.
This shit was hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got the lamp, and then here comes the lava, right? So really, we were just a quarter of the game through.
Abu, no.
16-bit, 32-bit.
Infidel. Look at that.
Ilhan
Infidel.
Omar's an infidel. Look how much they stole from Mario, by the way. Yes, this was so hard because it moved so fast. I think it starts moving from right to left on the escape. Oh my God, remember this shit? Yes, I remember that.
Me too.
And I used to dress up like him.
He wanted that ruby. He had to have it.
I used to dress up like him and call my stepdad daddy.
Why did you do that?
Well, it just shows you how the grooming.
Did you see that he was dancing there? Did you see
Yeah,
that?
he was dancing. Yeah, he stopped and danced. He did da 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 da.
This guy's good.
He's still dancing. Well, you know,
Guys,
a good portion
really
of his
good.
life has been being an expert at this. Look,
Guy's dancing
he's
again.
showing off. He's a cunt.
Oh, he's the best.
That used to fuck me every time. I
He just
remember
dunked
that fireball.
No problem for him. Wow.
When I
Well,
got
guess
here,
I
I
have to
was.
get back to Ramadan. I'll see ya.
You got to get back to Ramadan,
I mean, we've gone an hour and 15 minutes.
and none of it's keepable.
Oh, it's all getting uploaded.
Well, I just want to see the lava part. And we can go.
Fast forward. I want to see what the part will do. Yeah.
We missed getting into it.
This was hard.
This was so hard. I could never really beat this.
Well, I beat it once.
Because how much time do you have to respond to the fucking mountains?
You memorize it after a while.
Look how close he is to the eastern side of the map. Like, memorize it?
You do.
Now, I think we got here like once.
I beat it. I was a video game nerd as a kid. You don't even know. I beat the whole damn thing.
It alludes back to the. Oh, like once or twice. This is a fun stage where you collect just. This was kind of an easy one. Like, sorry about. It was almost like the game developers were like, sorry about that last one. We were just kidding.
Yeah.
When I got here, I was ecstatic. Well, Dave, I don't want to keep you all day and night. I think we had a wonderful episode filled with everything deletable possible, or maybe it's our best episode yet, and we don't even know it.
If you want to delete things, I'll send it to you and you can edit. Otherwise, I'm uploading all of it.
All right, give me 24 hours before we upload it.
Jeez. I'll give you 12 hours.
All right, I'll see you in 13 hours.
God bless. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Right.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. It's only going to get better from here.
We're just telling the truth.